So I'm finally making for you apple crumble. I asked my daughter's friend India for an apple crumble recipe, and so this is Diana Henry's, apparently a Swedish apple pie recipe. So it's very much like an apple crumble, except all I'm going to do is, instead of having cold butter, which I would crumble into the flour and the sugar, I'm adding melted butter, and that's going to make a topping, which I'm then going to top with some flaked almonds and bake it in the oven. So what I've done first up here is I've cored and peeled 4 apples. Now, Bramley apples are best, but other cooking apples in your garden you can use, or eating apples. So what I find is certain varieties of apples take a little bit longer to cook down. So you need to just have a look and see if you have got a variety that doesn't cook down very quickly. You might just want to cook those a little bit first so they're already a little bit soft. In my bowl here I've got 200 grams of plain flour, and I'm adding 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I'm adding in some sugar. So that's 150 grams of sugar, giving that a stir around, and then into that mixture I'm adding some butter. So it's 125 grams of butter. So this is just all going to, it's melted butter. It's just going to bind together. And then what I'm going to do is put this topping all over the lovely apples that are sitting there. Now, at this time of year, you can add in lemon zest as well. Also, if you wanted to add some cinnamon over the top of your apples, that would be, quite a lovely addition. So it's up to you, it's personal preference here. As I said, this isn't a traditional apple crumble. We can do one of those another day. This is one that's just had the butter melted, so it's just slightly different. So I'm going to put this topping now all over, like that. And then just use your hands, really, just sort of spread it over and let it sort of fill into the gaps. And one thing for sure, this will be utterly delicious. Very buttery. And then what I'm going to do, last but not least, is sprinkle lots of almonds all over the top. Now, if you don't like nuts or have a nut allergy, obviously, it's not something that you would add onto your topping. And now I'm going to bake this in the oven. Okay, I'm popping it into my Aga for half an hour at 200 degrees. So here it is, ready, cooked. As I said before, it's not a straightforward apple crumble. It's a Swedish apple pie, actually, but it's really, really delicious, and give it a go. And the recipe will be on my Instagram